Hello everyone, we are seeing on this course emotion and motivation, and today we are going to be talking about the theories of emotion. Please, you may do well to revert to our playlist or this channel to see several theories of motivation we have done already. We have tried to look at the Maslow's hierarchy, Maslow 1943. We have looked at McGregor's 1964 theory of X and Y, of motivation. We have considered Victor Vroom's expectancy theory in 1959 or 64. We've talked about equity theory by Adam Stacey. That is his equity theory in 1963. Then we also looked at the two-factor theory by Friedrich Herzberg, so 1959. So you'll be glad to look at them in respect to this course, emotional motivation. Yes, and other courses you may be needing that theories. Especially in this third year course, industrial psychology, personnel psychology, emotional motivation. You'll be needing those theories we reviewed. So today we are talking about theories of motivation. Theories of emotion. Excuse me. So the question comes, does smiling make you happy or happiness make you smile? Right? This has been an argument or an endless argument that so researchers have continued to gather evidence supporting the two equal divides, right? So when you say, if I smile, for example, if I put my mouth like this, does it make me happy, like send physiological stimulation of serotonin, and you discover I'll become happy? But when I do my mouth like this, okay, so you see that the facial expression when your mouth like this may stimulate or reduce the level of serotonin and norepinephrine, leading to sad mood, right? Research has proven that. Meanwhile, they are saying you should be happy to smile or smile to be happy. So that is it. Now, the theories we are going to be looking at is generally not only about smiling and happy. Is it the physiological expression that resulted to the emotion, or the emotion that resulted to the physiological expression? When a person is faced with danger, like seeing a snake or a lion, poisonous snake, does the physiological agitation, like the adrenaline that went into the blood, pumping the fight or flight hormone, cause the emotion, or the emotion resulted to that physiological experiences? Now, the first theory we're talking about that have an explanation of their own position concerning this question is James Lange theory, right? James Lange, that is two persons, William James and Carl Lange. William James and Carl Lange. These are the first person that proposed of their own theory. They said that suggesting that emotion occurs before the physiological reactions, right? That is the theory, that emotion occurs before the physiological arousal, in the sense that people experience emotion because of their physiological arousal, right? If I may take it again, James Lange theory is saying that emotion occurs as a reason of that physiological arousal. Please, that your reason for feeling the way you feel is because of the physiological arousal. For example, when the person saw that snake, that the adrenaline pumps up and everything comes up, the physiological processes, and then emotion follows. In other words, they are saying that those physiological arousals, right, that we experience emotion because this physiological arousals has responded to that external event. That is James Lange theory. In other words, or simply put, physiological arousal before the emotion. Or like the question I asked initially, they are saying you are happy and that's the reason you smiled. Yes, the physiological situation. Am I confusing them? Oh no, the you smiled according to them. The physiological process came up before you felt happy, the emotion. Please pardon my mistakes, right? So that is James Lane theory. Then okay, we are having Cannon-Bard. Cannon-Bard is the next theory. Cannon-Bard theory of emotion. That is by Cannon-Bard and Philip Bard. When you say Bard, it's B-A-R-L-D, right? Or B-A-R-L-D-E, I don't know. So that is the second theory. So they are saying that the two happen the same time. The physiological and the emotion occur at the same time. That's the Cannon-Bard theory, that they happen at the same time. In other words, you are smiling because you are happy, and smiling and happy go together, and happy and smile go together. That is what they are saying, right? Okay, so emotions results, according to them, when hypothalamus sends that information to the autonomic nervous system, the physiological process resulting to that physiological activities and everything, and at the same time the brain receives it and triggers the emotion and you experience it. Yes, so that's what they are saying. So the third is the cognitive appraisal theory. We have that is Richard Lazarus. That is the cognitive appraisal theory. So he said that anything that must occur first should be thought, cognition, thinking, that you thought about it, right? When I touch you like this, you have to think of it. What is the meaning? What do you interpret this touch as before it will translate to emotion, right? That is what this. So when you saw the snake in this relation, the question is he a friend? Yeah. Is he poisonous? All of those things, right? So they believe thinking occurs before the emotion, depending on how you approach the situation, or cognitively, right? It will result to emotion according to the theory we're talking about now. Yeah. So we have the fourth one and the last one when we talk about Shatter and Singer, right? Stanley Shatter and Jerome Singer in the 1960s. Yes, that is the Shatter and Singer theory of emotion. So they talk about physiological arousals, and then they talk about cognitive interpretation of the arousal. Yes, and then the emotion, right? So whereas the cognitive appraisal or the cognitive appraisal, the theory by the one we finished recently, is talking about you thinking and then feeling, right? The Shatter Singer is having a different stuff here. Remember, like we said, the cognitive appraisal says once you thought of it, emotion is dead, right? But Shatter Singer theory says there is no problem. You can have the physiological arousal. There is arousal, right? And then that the emotion has not started until you have that cognition appraising the situation, then the emotion. That's why you see some people can startle you. Oh, you startled me. Oh, when I look, oh, it was a snake. It's my friend, right? Okay, so at that point, there is physiological arousal. Your heart can pump, your eyes can, a friend can just happen from behind and every other thing, but that doesn't mean the fear is already there until you look back. You now look whether it's a friend or an enemy before the emotion comes up. So that is the theories of emotion as we're going to be reviewing and as you're going to be seeing in this course. And in our next video, we'll be looking at some functions of emotion. Thank you, and see you in the next video.